Hey guys, Lady Liberty Stacker back with another video. It's Tuesday, March 10th, 2020, and it's been a couple of months since I've had a video up, but the reason for that is I've been extremely busy with my online selling business. I've had a lot of other stuff going on in the background, and just haven't been out shopping for cast iron. It's hard to, I have a lye bath, and the lye bath is not quite as effective in the winter months, so finding it would, either be sitting in there forever or be waiting to be stripped. And when I get cast iron, I like to try to get to it right away. So those are some of the reasons why I haven't been making a video. I've been focused on the business, so honestly, I really needed to pay attention to that. There's a lot of things that I needed to change, but all is good. But back here, and I want to go over a couple of things with you guys. Number one, I want to talk about just the coronavirus and, what is concerning, what concerns me about it and what I would like to relay to you guys and kind of go from there. And I also want to talk about, of course, my pickups here with my supplies. And I also got lucky and went shopping with my mom and the other day, and I found a really cool cast iron vintage skillet. I'm not going to really go into it until later in the video. There are several of them that I had a chance to purchase, but I ended up just getting one, and I'll tell you why later in the video. But before I go any further, I just want to basically tell you guys that I did decide to go to Costco today to check out for myself to see if things that I had heard on the news or YouTube videos, were true. There's some truth in everything, but there's also some things that are either edited to sound worse than they are, or maybe not true. And I've seen things like the ports on the coasts that bring in all those shipping cans from freighters are really, really, really low. In other words, they don't have very many shipments coming in on imports. And that's what I've been seeing and been looking at. But I wanted to dispel that myth myself by going to Costco, going to the grocery store, seeing just what they have. And that's what I did today. Took a trip to Costco, and I took a trip to the local grocery store. And what you're looking at right here is what I was able to get at the local grocery store. They didn't have any toilet paper in stock at Costco, which you'll see in the video. They had a limitation. If there was any in stock, you could only buy 2. And they had no Clorox wipes. They're due in tomorrow. A pallet is due in tomorrow at my store. And you'll have access to it, when it opens. But the pallets are sold out within minutes. People are buying like crazy, the supplies and that kind of thing. What you see here, I'll just go ahead and get into it now. I'll show you the skillet a little bit later. It's a nice one, though, don't you think? Anyway, I bought 2 rubbing alcohol, things of rubbing alcohol. They had a limit of 2 per type of product. So 2 of these, 2 of the 70%, 2 of the hydrogen peroxide, 2 Cloroxes. They didn't have a limit on the toilet paper, but I ended up picking up 2. It's 24 rolls. It says 12 rolls last for 12 weeks. I wouldn't doubt it. There's only a couple of people that live here, but just in case that we do have to end up self-quarantining and I have to take in somebody, or maybe my mom or my son and his wife, you never know. I want to have more on hand, so we are well taken care of. So I probably have a total of about maybe 50 rolls. So it's about a pack and a half Costco standard, but they had no limit on the toilet paper. But a lot of people in the store when I was there, I didn't record there, but I saw a lot of people walking around with just toilet paper without even a cart, if that goes to tell you anything. So anyway, let's take a trip to Costco. Let's see what the deal is. And I have some clips. I may speed up some clips just to save some time, but I want you to see what I actually saw and kind of what I thought about it. And then I'll wrap it up here with my cast iron purchase. All right, I will be back. This part of the store isn't crowded. Looks like a lot of things are in stock. So far, what they're reporting isn't the case here. plenty of stuff. Oh, actually, they come with 2s. Oh, not bad. Plenty of stuff. Here is where they did the free samples. They're not doing free samples now. They stopped that, so that is true. No free samples. And the toilet paper, all sold out. So part of what they're reporting is true. They have a limited 2 per day. This used to be stocked way out where I'm standing. You couldn't even walk back here. They're just limiting everything because people are overbuying. They're out of Clorox wipes. They only expect 1 pallet in tomorrow, which is 96 packages. 2 limit per customer. So I guess I need to come back. So people are going crazy with this thing. And he told me, as I observed, there are no demos being done, food demos in virus scares. They used to have people set up all along here doing demos. None. I mean, they're well stocked in food, just not the supplies. We have them, so it's not a big deal. I was just going to get some more if I was here, just to be on the safe side. No problem with apparel. But yeah, right here is where they used to do the demos. Right here and right here. Even with the snacks. But the shelves aren't bare. They're definitely not bare, so that there's no truth to that. They're just limiting what you can get on toiletries. He used to have free snacks right in the end aisles up here. They're out of Clorox wipes. So I imagine that other stores are out of Purell and things like that too. Who would have thought? You always should have some of this stuff on hand, guys. You just never know. All right, over and out. Hey guys, sitting in the Costco parking lot, just paid for my stuff, and there is a Costco sign over there, if you can see it, and just paid for my stuff. So I'm going to sit in the car and talk to you guys for a minute, and then we're going to leave. What I did notice, there's been a lot of reporting on the mainstream media, and a lot of that stuff is not true. Some of it is and some of it isn't. Sometimes you just have to stay aware of your surroundings and see what's actually happening out there. There is a lot of panic with the coronavirus, that I can assure you. A lot of panic, a lot of people overbuying. I'm here in the middle of the day. It's just, I got here around, I don't know, 12:15, something like that. It's a little after 1 o'clock right now, and this parking lot is pretty full. It's usually not quite this full this time of day. And I was trying to determine if the shelves were empty and whatnot, and believe it or not, they're not really empty, but there was limitations on what you could get in toilet paper, paper towels, and Kleenex and stuff like that. We probably have 24 rolls of toilet paper left for my last pack I got here, and that was Scott towels. You can't even get the name brands. They're behind with Charmin. I talked with a guy, I just couldn't get them on tape because my camera was in my pocket and I didn't really want to be obvious as to turning on the camera, but he said that the only thing they're getting in a couple of days, I think he said our store was going to be Thursday, was toilet paper. It was only the Kirkland brand, not, I like Scott brand myself, and I'm not sure how many pallets they were getting in. He said they were sold out of Clorox wipes. They were getting 1 pallet in. 1 pallet has 96 packages. There's a limit of 2 packages per customer. Anyway, I'm holding the camera up at this angle because with the nature of my channel, I can't show my face. But I also want to show you the building. I'm sitting in the parking lot, and it's just really busy. There's some people next to me packing up the car, and so on and so forth. I'm going to pause it. I'm going to start to drive. I'll be right. Okay, guys, I am back. As you can see here, I've got a little bottle of Purell in here. And anytime I come out of a thrift store, or I come out of, I'm going to go ahead and back up. I think I'm good to go. And we're going to go the other way and try to get out of here. I've got my camera right there. This is a bit, if my mother knew I was doing this, she would die. It's just nuts, guys. Just totally nuts. Okay. But I Purell the steering wheel, and I have Clorox wipes, but they're old and dried out. And I Purelled my hands, Purelled my cell phone, and I just wipe everything down. Now, guys, this virus is only seemingly has the infection rates they're reporting. I think it's like 3.4% the last I saw. And it's mainly because older people are contracting this from travel and cruises and things like that. And older people don't have, that guy's going to continue on going, so I have to wait. They are busy today. I mean, the cars, there's a line of cars, look at that, just streaming on in here. I'm going now, just streaming in here like they're giving away something for free. And I'm going to hold my GoPro. There we go. All right, we're going to go ahead and drive here, and I'll talk some more. Anyway, the higher infection rate is with older people getting it, and a lot of those people have underlying issues. They're going to pass away from it. The young are resistant to it, and the children are more resistant to it. If your immune system is good, and if you're under the age of, up to the age of 50, they say, just take precautions. I don't think as bad as what they're saying, but some of the things at Costco were true. They're no longer giving samples. I'm going to go straight across. They're no longer giving samples in the aisles, like I showed you. The toiletries were already out on the floor in the aisles. They're not doing that anymore. They've done away with that. There's a 2 limitation per customer as to how much toiletries you can actually get, and which is good. But if you're buying a roll of 36 toilet rolls or 17 boxes of tissues, maybe one's enough. With the way these people are buying. The guy I talked to said, they have to, Kirkland supplies all their stores, and he mainly said that people were just overbuying and they're hoarding because of panic. And it's not because of the actual, imports being down and stuff like that, which actually they could be down, but we're not going to know really if that's true. Imports from China, they're saying that the docks on the coast, especially out in the West Coast, are down as far as their deliveries go. Their containers are way down. They're usually as tall as buildings, but they're way down. So we will know whether or not that's true. If shipments coming out of China are indeed down because of the coronavirus, we will know. You got to forgive me for the camera. I don't have it on my little thing. Anyway, the shipments are down. You'll be able to tell by probably anywhere between May and July. And if you're really noticing bare shelves in the stores, and you're going to see it on, at Walmart, at Target, in the big wholesale stores like Costco, BJ's Wholesale, Sam's Club, and those types of stores. You're gonna see it there first of all, because so many people are members of those wholesale chains now. But you will see it, and if the shelves are bare, and they're limiting how much you can buy, then that truly means that imports are indeed down. So, I mean, I've seen all those videos with the bear stockyards or the bear ports coming in. So, you know, there might be some truth to that, but again, fancy editing can make anything seem true when it's not. So, but that was a trip to Costco. Can't get toilet paper until Thursday. Can't get Clorox wipes until tomorrow. I need to be there. The store actually technically opens 15 minutes before their posted open time, so I can get there, hopefully get a couple of Clorox wipes. I may try to see if you can get them at a normal grocery store. I may stop and see if they're available, and if they are, that's all well and good, and if they are not, then people are panic buying everywhere, not just at these wholesale chains. So I thought that was interesting. As far as it goes, you know, you just need to take precautions, guys. You need to take precautions on washing your hands a lot. When you can't wash your hands, take your Purell if you have it. There are recipes online to make your own solution with rubbing alcohol and such. Just take precautions. Don't go into crowds. You know, I certainly wouldn't take a trip on a cruise ship right now. I mean, that's like a floating Petri dish, if you ask me. So anyway, this is long enough. I want to show you what I picked up Sunday when I went sourcing with my mom, which is the reason why you like to watch this channel to start with. But I did get into prepping before I did all that stuff. All right, guys, I will be back. Okay, guys, I am back. Hope you enjoyed that Costco trip through Costco and my commentary. And now for the fun part. I've got a skillet here that I get to strip down and re-season. And went into one of my favorite antique shop in our area with my mom, and she's kind of like my lucky charm. I always seem to find something when she's with me. Not always. Went to a couple of thrift stores. Of course, they had nothing. They've kind of been my honey holes for other types of things that I source for my business, but they had nothing on Sunday. So I said, hey, let's check out the antique mall. This place is like a hoarder's delight. I mean, there's so much stuff packed in there. There's a couple of areas in the mall that have cast iron, so I know within 5 minutes if they have anything good or not. I did end up picking up this 8. It is a number 8. And they had 2 of these. They had maybe some corn stick pans, which I have 2 already, and they're really not collectible per se. They also had about 3 to 5, number 3s and number 5s, which are the most common size in cast iron. Unless it's a Griswold, a large logo Griswold in the 5 or the 3. Actually, the small logo Griswolds are good on those too. The small logo, actually, you don't even see as often as a large logo. So from a standpoint of collectability, I would think those would even be more. But they didn't have those. I don't know. I think they were unmarked, or they might have been Wagner's. I just wasn't interested in the small ones. I've got 2 number 5s myself. I have and 5 number 3s. I don't need any more. And primarily I like to collect these and most likely sell them. But this is a number 8. There were 2 of these. One was more collectible than the other. I got the one that was less collectible, but this ends up being a Griswold. And you can see here by the well-defined pour spouts and the thinner walls. And you can see that it obviously needs cleaned. I'm going to strip it down as I do with any skillet that I get. And we're going to turn it over and look at the back. This is a small logo. And this has some of that blackened seasoning on it, but I will soak it. And if need be, go back and forth between lye and vinegar to get this thing looking pretty great. And this is the really cool handle on the Griswold. This is can't remember what they refer to that as. But yeah, there's no issues with this. This has a nice ring to it. I'm going to set the phone down. And, well, You can hear it ring. I also did the credit card test on it. And for those of you that haven't, actually, you can hear that now. But the credit card test is you line up a credit card on the bottom of the skillet and on the underside of the skillet, and you look to see if there's any gap, airspace with the credit card. And if it sits flat on the skillet, then you pretty much have a flat skillet, or one with very little wobble. This one had very little wobble, very, very good. The other one was a large logo Griswold, and people like to collect them better in good condition, but the logo is about, I don't know, 2.5, 3 inches, and it's one of these big crosses with Griswold in it. And those in really good condition could fetch really good money. Now this one here, once I redo it, I had one already that I sold, I think either November or December, and it went for $80 plus shipping. And it went like right away. So I might not have even priced it as much as the market value. So I'm going to have to search that again. But yeah, this one is a very good pan. I didn't get the other one though, the large logo one there, because it had warping to it. You put the credit card along here. The card sat flat until this part was a lot of air under the credit card. And I was sure it was going to be a spinner. So anyway, that's what I have here, a Griswold, and the best part about it, it was marked $26. The warped one that was a large logo was marked at $32. And the antique booth, the guy that ran the antique booth had, if you paid in cash, you got 30% off. So I got 30% off in this skillet. I'm also tax exempt as a reseller. So I got this skillet for $18.20. I've never gotten a big number 8 skillet. You can see that number 8 for $18.20. Now the other one that I had was a 704Y. This one is a 704, so it's probably in the earlier in the series, so it may even be more valuable than the one I already sold. So anyway, I was happy about that. I wanted to share this with you. Sorry it's such a long video, but I had a lot of information that's important. So anyway, if you want to continue seeing content like this, please give me a thumb up. That helps, YouTube recommend it as suggested searches for people. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment or question below. And please try to keep it positive. If there's any trolls out there, you'll be removed and blocked. I just have zero tolerance for that. I just try to do things that help people. But anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Got to get to editing this thing so I can get it up so you guys can see it. And guys, go make it a great day.